Did Harbor ever come out with a Predator 9500 tri-fuel? Unfortunately, they haven't, but we do finally have a kit. I know a lot of guys have been waiting for this. It's been a while, so I appreciate the patience. But yes, we do finally have a kit. And full bolt-on, no drilling, no cutting, no any other modifications. This is all right here at the moment. It's just a prototype bracket. Parts already been sent out to get CNC cut and bent. But here's just a showcase of how it's connected real quick here. So this is optional. We'll just go over this real quick. So right now we have this at natural gas. Propane, it's a 3-way valve. The fuel gets directed on each of these load block. So one of this load block is set up for propane, the other is set up for natural gas. So you just switch from either or fuels real quick. All right. Then if you're on natural gas, you want to switch over to propane. Disconnect that, plumb it in here, switch the valve, and it's as easy as that. You can switch between fuels. So we'll just go over this real quick. In my other video, I'm gonna try to keep this video short. In my other video, I'm gonna do the startup and everything else. Parts are still rolling in, but I did quick test this, and it runs great on either or fuels. So right now, the base kit is just gonna come with the single load block. The other one has an optional 3-way valve. You don't have to have it. This is something that's nice to have. All right, let's do a quick look inside of what the kit consists of. So here's the fuel adapter, and because of the fuel adapter pushes everything out, and this is the older Predator 9500. The newer ones have a plastic air box. Right now I just have the older one, so the kit is compatible with either the newer or the later 9500. And I do include parts in the kit for you to be able to convert either or of them. So for now, this metal air box has been modified to have clearance for the fuel adapter, because the fuel adapter pushes everything out. So the air box has this custom cover that I have at the moment, and it looks like this. So how I was able to make this all work is because of this air box, because it's very tight in there already. So this air box cover is already, the bottom portion of it is missing, and the reason being is because as the air box is pushed out, it rubs on that wheel well, on the inner wheel well. So we have to have that cut out. And you could modify the factory air box cover. Problem is that this cover has a clip on the bottom, so if you chop this, there's really nothing else other than the top clip that holds the air box cover. Whereas this, you can bolt on. All right. So fuel adapter looks like this. It's a very nice piece. Took me a long time to get this dialed in and perfected, and this thing runs very well with this fuel adapter. And I try to make this all bolt on without any cutting, so fits in like factory. Cover will be included. New air box will be included as well too. We'll get more into depth when I do the install video. So all right, let's head on to the other side here. So this is the optional bracket, and with a 90-degree fitting, and the reason why I have it, a 45-degree fitting. This one is placed in this position for ergonomic reasons. So when you bend over to plug in the quick connect, it's a lot easier to get to than going this way or on top. You can see everything, and it's a lot easier to it's easier on your back actually. So, and this hose, so the bare minimum kit's gonna have this SAE flare fitting. It's a lot cheaper than the quick connect. Quick connect, even at my cost, is a little pricey, but a lot of folks seem to like it. I only use UL listed quick connects, not the ones I buy from Amazon. I don't sell those. I can get in the whole spiel about it, but I just don't want the liability of it potentially leaking. So having a certified UL listed quick connect ensures that you have a safe product to use. Okay, so this is optional for the bare minimum kit. If you want something a lot nicer, the fuel inlet goes into the pre-existing cavity here on the side of the panel here. So that's why I advertise there's no drilling, which is nice because it just hangs off on the side here. And this bracket doesn't take up too much space. It's just almost in line with that wheel lock right there. Okay, it's very tight, right up against the generator. And the hose comes out from the other side to here, right? Tucked in pretty nice and everything else. So, all right, but before I announce the pricing of this, pricing starts at $299.99 and goes all the way up to $400 plus. That's if you want the fully loaded kit. The most popular one's going to be the bare minimum kit, meaning that you just use your own hose, and I just supply you with the bare essentials that's needed to run and convert this generator. Everything else you can piece together. You can buy hoses on Amazon, a lot longer hoses on Amazon, quick connects for a lot cheaper. You're more than welcome to do that. So that's going to be most likely my most popular option. And the mid-tier kit that's going to be optional on my website is most likely just going to be this here. All right, so you'll get all this stuff here. This had to be customized, so this is extended studs for the carburetor because the fuel adapter is thicker, so we're going to have to use extended studs. Unlike other competitors where they tell you to back out the studs, I actually offer studs where you can replace that are actually longer. Okay, custom gaskets, custom studs, custom cover. All right, and here's a feeler gauge for the fuel adjustment. So there's that propane side and natural gas side, and there's numbers here. And numbers represent the altitude. So at 5,000 feet, this is at sea level, 5,000 feet, 7,500, 7,500, and right at 9 or 10,000 feet above sea level. And you do this by butting up right against the screw here on the load block, and you can adjust by running up this threaded screw right here right up against the body of the feeler gauge, and this little feet right here just rests against the shoulder of the low block, and that's how you do your adjustment. This is mainly useful for this style of low block, the single one, if you want to switch between propane or natural gas. If you have the optional three-way valve that you want installed on the kit, you just basically flip the switch back and forth to what fuel. You don't have to use this. Then this becomes your only tool if you're at different altitudes. Okay. Whereas now this tool for the load block, single load block, and you want to switch between propane and natural gas, you're going to always have to use this feeler gauge to do your fuel adjustment accordingly to which fuel you want to use. Before I forget, this hose here, this side is 10 feet, that side is 3 feet, that side has always say 3 feet. This side you can lengthen, so this is 10 feet and 3 feet. So from end to end, this hose is going to be 13 feet, inside diameter of 3/8. You can get longer, but you would have to upsize the hose, meaning that instead of it being 3/8 inside diameter, now it has to be 1/2 inch. 10 feet is the maximum you would have for this size. You want to maintain that volume of fuel flow. So if you go up to 20 feet at 3/8 inside diameter, now it becomes a restriction of fuel flow. You're not going to damage the generator. You're just going to see drastic reduced power output if you don't size the hose accordingly. Okay, so I'm able to get away with this. I'm able to get away with using 10 feet of hose at 3/8 inside diameter, both for propane and natural gas. So that's great. If you want a longer hose, there will be options on the website where you can do so. And if you have your own hose with the bare essential kit, basically you're just going to get everything on the right side. So here, so this hose won't exist. I'll just have provisions right here where you can plumb in your own hose instead of using this. So you won't get the plate. You just get the man regulator, the load block, this hose here, everything else that's on the inside, and then that's it. Okay, that's going to be the bare essential, and that's going to be priced at $300. I know what you're going to say. $300 is a lot. I've seen your competitors price them at 200 something. Well, here, I'll show you what my competitor has at $250 to $220. And this came from a customer who exchanged their kit for mine. And I asked them, so if you're not going to use this, just send it to me. And I want to know what my other competitors are selling and why have this customer reached out to me and exchanged my kit for theirs. This is what they gave to me. So they just throw everything here in the box, and you got to figure out. So here's their fuel adapter, and you can compare that to mine. Huge difference. This was extremely expensive to manufacture, but to me it was worth it. All right, so I'm not sure why you want to use plastic parts with propane and natural gas. This will last you forever. This, you can see right here, it's a customer tightened down this fuel adapter while they're installing it. It's already marking up and squishing the plastic. You're not going to break that. Okay, so here, this is all pre-assembled. So everything else that is not assembled is for you to put together when you install it on the generator. So all this, if you do get three-way valve, this is all going to be pre-assembled. And there's that nice bracket for the fuel inlet, excuse me. So like I said, this is all you're getting. Just this. You know, you're going to spend a whole weekend putting this together and trying to figure out how to install it and get it running, whereas this, you just probably spend 1 or 2 hours installing it, and it should be running right out of the box. So you're getting what you're paying for essentially. So this is, you can go ahead and spend $200, $250, $200 for this, or you just spend a little bit more money for a lot less headache, and with actual parts that are quality. So when I try making these parts, I believe that tools are an investment. Any kind of money you be putting into tools is something that you rely on. So if you're going to rely on something, especially a generator, it had to be of quality, and that's what I believe. So the other kits that I have too, I've just finished this up. Besides this, here's another most requested kit is for the Honda EB 6500. The 5000 are the same model, it's just different wattage. This is one of my most popular. Here's the front relocation bracket that I have for this. This is optional for this kit as well too. Everything's in the front panel, and so is the fuel input, and it has that nice 45-degree fitting on there, so you don't have to bend over too much to plug this and unplug that. So it's super nice, and it's tucked away right inside the frame. All right, that generator is finished. That runs really nice with the kit. Another most requested is the Predator 8750. Fuel adapter is installed. Tested it out, runs great. Same thing with this. This is already finished for a customer. Don't mind the markings here. This is just a prototype. But here's the cheaper option, which is just the SAE fitting. So this is a flare nut that just screws in. There's no bracket or anything like that. And this kit for this generator is going to be priced under $300. This is just the bare minimum kit. Most likely going to be the most popular because people just want to get their generator up and running for not too much money. There are folks that do want most option kit. They don't want to run back and forth to their hardware store. They just tell me, hey Andy, I want to get everything from you. I just want to get this done and installed and be prepared for the storms or anything like that. I just want it all done. Well, I got that for you. All right, I got everything here. Kit installed on this as well. Here's that hose. Everything's tucked in the frame, just like factory. Same way I approach this kit. I want it installed and tucked away, just like factory. The cover closes on here, just flush with the generator and everything else. All right, in the next video, once parts roll in, I'll go ahead and show you guys how this thing gets started on propane and natural gas. I'll put a load on it. For my initial testing, I didn't take any videos previously when I was testing this with the 5-gas analyzer. It ran great. I was surprised. I think personally this is one of the best generators when it comes to running alternative fuels. It's not very particular at all. Some generators are very particular when you run propane or natural gas, whereas this, you throw propane at it and the fuel adjustment is not very particular with this. It just accepts it and is able to produce power as well too. So you'll be surprised on how much running watts you'll be able to get on propane and natural gas from this generator, and I'll show you that in the next video. All right, guys, so I have a few kits available. All the kits for this generator, because it uses a smaller fuel adapter. This is a smaller engine. It's already sold out, so I'm still waiting for my next batch to come in. I have a few kits for this generator. I already sold a few as well. I'm not sure when my next batch is coming in, so just head on to my website. If you guys want something, or you want to reserve right now, I'll put a hold on it for you. But they are going, and if there's any further questions, just let me know. You can email me or head to my website at greenergy-us.com. Shoot me an email, give me a like on this video, subscribe, and I'll also give you some more videos next week, hopefully sooner than that, once things gets rolling. I know I haven't been producing a lot of videos, but I'm just busy getting kits out for everything else, and it's just been crazy getting all this stuff done and dialed in as well too. All right, guys, appreciate it.